Hello, I am Colleen, Coach Colleen with Teamtastic Families, and today we are talking about ultimatums. And I like to describe ultimatums as a grenade. Once you pull that pin, you have about 15 seconds before it will blow up in your face. Now, with a grenade, you toss it away towards your enemy is usually the goal, but you have 15 seconds to get rid of it. With ultimatums, they will blow up in your face. They never work, even with little kids. I remember my youngest, even to get her dressed, I'd say, put on this. So, no, I do it myself. And so you have to negotiate or give them a choice. Okay, you can wear this outfit or this outfit, and just because if you're going out, most of us wanted them to match or something, so they're not wearing their ratty-tatty clothes somewhere. And so, we're doing this since they're little. Well, once they get to be teens, it is a little different, but it's ultimatums do not work with kids in general, and especially when they get to be teens. I have talked about this a little bit more in a video I did about conflict resolution that I posted on November 22nd of 2022. So you can look that up if you want to hear more about along the lines of what this video is. What are ultimatums? They are, come here or else, right, when they're little, or come home at curfew. You will do your chores. You will do your homework. You will treat your sister nice. You will talk nicely to me. You will not sneak out at night. Now, some of these, all of them, they sound really good rules, right? It's all in the delivery. Parents, very often, us women, moms, we can get emotionally attached and we get all upset when they don't listen and stuff. I've said it before, over again, over and over. Ladies, we have to take a step back. Don't get on their emotional roller coaster. You do not want to be on that ride. You have to distance yourself. Again, I talk more on the other videos. But what you have to do is, because teens will do what they want. They're very often bigger than you. Some of our boys, they just grow up so tall, they could take you out, because you're up there in their face, looking up. And that's where, authority comes in rather than physical strength. But what we have to do is we have to instill in your teen, the desire to do what's right, the desire to do what you want. And you can't do that when you are emotionally involved, because they're playing you. They can get you emotionally riled. And so you have to go back to, if once you do your chores, you can do this. And it's up to you. And then it's in their hands. Well, I don't want to do it. Okay, well, that's fine. But then you don't go to the mall. Let's just choose chores, and if they don't drive, that's even better because you have to drive them and you have more control. And so, it's don't want to say reward system, but there's different consequences and you want them to choose the good consequences. So the consequences of the good things, if they choose to do the right thing, are going to be good consequences, right? And if they choose not to, the consequences are not going to be favorable for them, right? And so, but we have to leave it with them. And you know what, whatever choice they pick, well, that's up to you. And it's great if you can have that mindset. It takes practice, though. It really does. It takes actually weeks, months of practice. It took me probably a couple of years actually to really get good at it. And I've worked with troubled teens. I remember our supervisors would be like, getting on us. And that's what my coaching program is about. It's every week. Okay, how'd you do? And we work on these things. We practice, distancing ourselves, practicing this mindset of, okay, no, I can't think that way. That's not a healthy response. And it's just every week where I get to encourage you, walk alongside you, and we can practice these things. So anyways, you can even be sympathetic, right? As far as their dilemma, because you're saying, as soon as you do your chores, you can go to the mall. I'll drive you to the mall. And so as soon as is your favorite go-to sentence. Okay. As soon as you do this, fine. That's awesome. You can even get excited for them. So are you going to meet your friends? Who's going to be there? What are you going to be shopping for? And say, okay, well, as soon as you've done your chores, as soon as, there's that phrase, as soon as you've done your chores, I'll drive you. And then if the, kind of afternoon goes on, and you're just like, okay, Susie, I have to start supper in a half hour. So if you want me to drive you, it has to be like within 10 minutes. Otherwise, I won't have time to get there and back so I can start, supper. So that might help get a move on too, if they know that, okay, well, fine, if I want to go, then I better, get this over with. So there's some strategies as to how to motivate your teen. And it doesn't have to exhaust you. The decision, leave the decision up to them. If you have a child who's constantly running away at night when you're asleep, it can be exhausting. You're worried, you're upset. Parents, I know it's scary. Your kid is out there and who knows who they're with. And it is scary as a parent. But the thing is, if you threaten them or if you give them an ultimatum, like if you go away, don't bother coming back. Well, that's not really realistic. And that wasn't the goal in saying it, right? It's not like you want them to never come back. You want them to stay home. You want, once you've locked the doors and everything, to know that your little, eaglets are safe in their beds and you can go to sleep in peace. And when they sneak out at night through their window, right? Is usually how they go, that they are unsafe, they're unprotected. And parents, again, you got to step back. These are their decisions. The more you get riled, the more reason they have, or that you give them to pursue this attitude, I guess, and this behavior. And so what you have to do is take a step back. So you're going to have to say, okay, Tom, I'm using old-fashioned names here today. I don't know why. Tom, you know what? If you decide to leave, that's your choice. I can't stop you. I'm not gonna stop you because, well, you don't even have to give reason. Just say, these are our rules. And if you leave, and I will do spot checks in the middle of the night. I go pee often at night. As you get older, you do. And so I am going to check on you in random times. And if you're gone, well, then you're not going to go to this. You're not going to have this, and start taking privileges away. Start taking away bedroom furniture. They need a pillow and a blanket and maybe a mattress. The top mattress. That's the other things are bonuses. I sound like a broken record, I know. But parents, we have to give consequences to these things. You have other teens watching what you are doing. And if they see that this team can blow through the rules and there's no consequences, they're going to think these rules are nothing. And they are not going to listen either. So you could lose your whole family, all of your teens on the oldest child. So parents, you need to enforce some rules, whether they still keep blowing through those, the rules that you have in your home. You still have to follow through with consequences. And even if they keep going, pull back, get severe. And in your actions, and because the lives of the other teens in your home depend on it. All right. So that's it. For this session. Again, like I said, you can pull up my other video from November 22nd about conflict resolution. And this is almost like a part 2, I guess. Maybe I'll link them. But yeah, there are things you can do, parents, and there's just a few ideas. But that's it for today. If you want to get a hold of me and find out more about my programs, please email me at teentasticfamilies@gmail.com. And that's teentastic, which is spelled TEEN-tastic, which is TASTIC, families@gmail.com. Don't have a website at this time yet, but you can. I'm also on Facebook. You can get a hold of me there, private message me if you want to find out more. I offer 45-minute free strategy sessions. So we'll talk about your situation, find out if there is a fit for you for one of my classes, and it's 90-day course. And you're done, and you will be given a lot of resources. I'll help you walk through them, different mindsets you need to have, good rules, just communication. There's just a lot of things that I pack into those 90 days, and that will give you a good frame of reference that you can keep going back to for your other ones. All right, and don't forget to subscribe to this video, and press the notification button too. It will help remind you when there is a new video that I put out, which is usually weekly. So hope this helped you. I'll see you next time.